Hey, what's up, CardRunners Training? This is John, aka DrewPeacoq8. What I have for you today here is a personal hand history from the Winning Poker Network. This is a tournament I won a few days ago, and as you can see, my alias on the Winning Poker Network is Dancing Nancy. So what my focus is going to be today is on stack sizes, how we can exploit our opponent's stack sizes, and how to not put ourselves in a situation where with our stack size that we can be easily exploited. So that's going to be my focus during this hand history. It's going to be much less on hand values and things like that. I'm going to try to just really pick apart stack sizes and look for spots to attack, and look for spots that maybe we don't want to attack because we could be more easily exploited with our stack size. Now, this is a $6 rebuy that I believe runs 2-3 times a day on the Winning Poker Network, and it's a $2,000 guarantee. First place typically gets about $500 to $600, and I've won this a few times. It's, I think, a fairly easy tournament and a good one to discuss something such as stack sizes in this, because it's a rebuy, so stacks will be a little bit bigger. It won't be just like a push-fold type of thing, but there'll be room to be creative. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started. And this is just after the add-on in this tournament, so people are going to be playing a bit more straight up, and you know, the rebuy hour just wouldn't be fun to talk about stack sizes because people just play differently, trying to gamble and get stacks and, you know, be shitty or whatever. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just go through this. So this guy shoves here, and as we're drawing a focus on stack sizes, this is one of those things where just looking at this guy shoving, this could be a situation where because of his stack size, shoving becomes the optimal play, because maybe his hand isn't strong enough to raise call, but it's strong enough to just shove, and then if you do get called, have a fair amount of equity against your opponent's range. So just very basically speaking, shoving here is typically a result of the stack size. Now, if they had 10K here versus 6K, this might be a situation where they may be raising, maybe even raise folding, or who knows what else this player might decide to do. But really, when we look at the game, a lot of things and situations come up really due to stack size, because tournaments are all about manipulating your stack size to put yourself into profitable and non-awkward situations. So yeah, so just something little there, I guess, to get us started. They shove, they don't get called. All right, they shove again. Let's see if they get called. All right, they get called this time, so let's just peek through this, see what they had. So they had the jackies. Now, actually, jacks here, depending on what their read may be on their opponents, they could probably, in this instance, be raise calling this hand versus just shoving it. I like shoving it more if you feel like your opponent here in the big blind would just flat you a lot to whatever raise size you standardly use. So in that event, then shoving might make a little bit more sense. Again, let's go back a step here. The reason for that is because the thing about jacks is it's going to be vulnerable on a lot of flops, and you're not going to know what to do. So let's say this guy here with the gig-8 just raises to, we'll say, a standard 800, a min raise, and then they get flatted here. They c-bet this ace-high flop here. They get called, and then now they, let's see, 8-8, 16 blinds, 18. There's about 2K in the pot. Let's say they, at this point, then they have about 5K with 2K in the pot. They c-bet, let's say, half pot, 1K. They're down to 4K, which is 10 big blinds, and if this guy check shoves, they're in a shitty spot. But then again, depending on this opponent, maybe we could assume that they wouldn't have an ace here a lot of the times because maybe they would just shove given our stack size with that ace if they thought it was good enough. But there are also a lot of weaker players that'll defend any ace-x just to see if an ace comes out and then commit. So getting those random ace-x's, if this guy peels a lot to just fold by shoving, I don't think is a bad result. But then again, given his stack size, if he just raises and gets called here, now he's in a very awkward situation with his stack size post-flop and not knowing what to do.